Hey, honestly not sure how I got into the closed alpha, but here I am. I'm pretty inexperienced when it comes to Bungie games. I've played over 400 hours of Destiny 2, but other than that, maybe just a little bit of some of the older Halo games, nothing notable. When it comes to extraction type games specifically, I've played Escape from Tarkov very minimally, played quite a bit of Dark and Darker, a little bit of Delta Force, but do keep in mind Delta Force is a free game that has an extraction game mode. This game is hard set on a $40 price tag and only offers extraction. Anywho, I will keep my feedback brief because I don't want to listen back to my own voice for an hour straight while editing this video. Here's what Bungie wants feedback on, so here are my key points of discussion. Weapons and gunplay, maps and gameplay, runners including kits and build crafting, early game progression including factions, contracts, and faction upgrades, PvP engagements against other runners or real players, and PvE engagements against AI combatants, and then an overall review. To start, weapons and gunplay. The guns are fine, but it feels like there are only 2 weapons in the game, so like 80% of the time I'm finding either the Overrun AR or the Bully SMG. There's nothing super special about the weapons that are currently out in the alpha. I know some of them have like Halo and D1 or D2 similarities, but honestly I just want like a set of unique weapons. There's no like Yali level hype weapon so far in this game. The guns handle decently well, and there's good attachments and mods to get to, so that helps with ADS speed, handling, and whatnot. Personally, I don't care that much about collecting all the mods and stuff, but I get it's a staple feature to have in this type of game genre. Now, I say all of this knowing that Bungie has said there are going to be more weapons coming in the final version, and that's great, but just speaking to what's currently being experienced, it's nothing too exciting. But I'm not complaining though either. The maps feel static. They all have a cohesive, similar vibe, which is good, but to the point, it seems plastic. Also kind of looks plastic. I know everyone talks about the missing vibrant colors, and I do agree it should look more like the cinematic trailer in terms of colors. By the way, I'm not gonna lie, I have ran into the same glass room wall in the perimeter map almost every time I encounter it. Fix that, please. Just make it stop fooling me. I swear I have 20/20 vision. I'm also dumb, so they gotta outline how someone should use a dang data card. Like, where do I go to upload a data card? If you know, please comment that. I'm clueless. And I also always find flares, but they lead to absolutely nothing. Additionally, I would love if there were more game mode options, and maybe they could implement something similar to Tarkov's hideout. I want to be able to customize more and get different perks through that as well. Lastly, for the maps and gameplay section, anyone who's not a streamer apparently isn't cool enough to have friends because, well, they didn't give us friend codes, which means we have to queue with randoms, or solo queue, and solo queue sucks and randoms suck too. Therefore, the gameplay would be better if we could play with friends, please. Smiley face. Alright, runners. I'll talk about this assuming you know who the current 4 runners are by now and what they do. When it comes to runners, at first I played a lot of Void because he has the ability to go invisible, which helps me get out of sight quickly when losing in a gunfight. But now I play more Glitch due to the movement and damage abilities. I like to be able to double jump, shoot blasts from my hands, and slide far. The other runners have the most pitiful slide distances ever, by the way, and you're probably just better off crouching. Blackbird is good for scouting out enemies, Locust is a tankier character with some improved movement and shield abilities, and overall I think it's pretty common to have characters with like a detection, tank, stealth, and movement abilities, so nothing crazy special there. There's not much you can really build upon with these characters in my opinion, so I hope they expand the variety of implants and upgrades to keep gameplay diverse from match to match. Lastly, for runners, the cooldown on your abilities feels like a lifetime, so sometimes it doesn't even really feel different from playing Void to Blackbird, unless you've been playing in the match for like over 5 minutes. And really, they just need more passives. The progression is good, but you don't really get anything for ranking up. I'm level 15 now, and I'm not even really sure what that does for me yet. The factions are neat, and they have their own little mascot AI companion, which I love, and I really do like how Traxxas is embracing the corpo mentality, but The contracts are super easy and not really fun. They start out super basic as get light ammo and eliminations on perimeter, and they don't really get much more exciting as you progress. I'm glad they have priority boosted in standard contracts though. However, they should really give us something worthwhile to grind for with better rewards. The specific faction upgrades you can get seem vital to your gameplay experience, such as vault space, revive speeds increased, additional items become available in the black market, and so on. While the PvP against other players is actually pretty fun, the TTK is good, and it's an awesome feeling when you actually encounter a real player and get to kill them. With that in mind, they really need to add a 3v3 arena mode. Now, the PvE against AI, sometimes they can be brutal, and sometimes they can be a breeze, so I'm not really sure what to think. I like that some of the AI have neat movement and will do everything in their power to hunt you down, but honestly you don't encounter many enemies, whether they be real or AI, that often. More enemies in the match, or even adding some smaller maps, would compensate for that, and honestly the loot the AI drop is pretty mid. Overall, I still find myself playing this Marathon Alpha even though Oblivion Remastered is calling for me to get out of the first dungeon. Marathon definitely needs more game modes, variety, better colors, objectives, and whatnot. I'm drawn to collecting loot that I don't even know what to do with, so I keep coming back to it. Not sure how long this game would hold my interest after a long period of time, since it's really the same thing over and over, but I'm still excited to see the changes they make when it goes into beta. So there's my take. Thanks for watching.